Something dangerous is brewing behind the closed doors of New York's richest homes. Whispers of betrayal are getting louder. A quiet war is being fought at every dinner table, every ballroom, and every secret meeting. Bertha Russell is pushing harder than ever to break into the highest level of society, no matter the cost. Marian is standing at a crossroads where one wrong choice could destroy her future. And in the shadows, old secrets are waking up. Gilded Age Season 3, Episode 8 isn't just another episode, it's the one where the masks start to fall. Asterisk, in the last episode, we saw the elegant world of the Gilded Age slowly starting to shake. At first glance, everything still looked perfect: grand homes, elegant clothes, polite conversations. But underneath all that beauty, the cracks are beginning to show. Bertha Russell, still hungry for social power, threw another high-class event. It was supposed to impress the old money families. She filled the room with gold, music, and people who smiled through their teeth, but not everyone was convinced. Behind those fancy smiles, some guests still saw her as an outsider. Bertha knows this, and it only makes her more dangerous. She is not just playing the game, she is trying to rewrite the rules. Meanwhile, Marian Brook is facing a very personal battle. Her heart is pulling her in one direction, but her family's expectations are pulling her in another. There's a quiet tension growing between her and Agnes. Agnes represents the old ways, the idea that women must marry well, stay quiet, and protect their place, but Marian wants more. She wants love, she wants freedom. And in Episode 7, we saw a small moment that could change everything. A letter, a secret meeting, or a glance. It's still not clear. But something shifted. Marian is about to make a decision, and it could go very wrong or very right. Oscar Van Ryn is also walking a thin line. On the surface, he continues to pretend, he smiles, flirts, and makes all the right moves in public. But inside, he's still hiding the truth about who he really is. Episode 7 gave us a few clues: an awkward conversation here, a strange reaction there. Someone is watching him. And Oscar knows that if his secret comes out, his entire world could fall apart. Yet he keeps playing with fire, getting closer to danger. His charm may not save him this time, and let's not forget Ada Brooke. For most of the season, Ada has been quiet, almost like a background character. But in the last episode, something changed. She's beginning to find her voice. Whether she's defending Marian or questioning Agnes, Ada is slowly stepping into the light. She may become a stronger player than anyone expected. The same goes for some of the servants. Their stories are growing too. Behind the scenes, the workers see everything: the love affairs, the arguments, the secret letters. One whisper in the wrong ear could ruin someone forever. By the end of Episode 7, the mood had changed. There was a coldness in the air. No big fights, no dramatic scenes, but a quiet, heavy feeling that something was coming. A storm is building, and everyone can feel it. The stage is set for Episode 8 to explode with secrets, choices, and power moves that can't be taken back. The Gilded Age world may still sparkle on the outside, but it's starting to burn underneath. Asterisk, the trailer for Gilded Age Season 3, Episode 8 is short, but it's filled with small clues that hint at some big changes. If you look closely, you'll notice that the smiles are tighter, the music is softer, and the glances between characters say more than their words. That's because this episode is no longer about setting the stage, it's about pulling the trigger. And each scene in the trailer quietly tells us that something major is about to fall apart. The first thing that stands out in the trailer is Bertha Russell. She's dressed in gold, as always, but there's something different in her eyes, something colder. We hear her say, "I don't wait for permission. I take what I deserve." That line alone tells us a lot. Bertha is no longer playing the polite version of the social game. She's done waiting for acceptance. She's ready to fight for it, even if that means stepping on people along the way. The trailer shows her meeting with someone behind closed doors, possibly a powerful man with political ties. It could mean she's aiming higher than ever, maybe beyond just New York society, but then we see Agnes Van Ryn watching from a distance. She doesn't say a word in the trailer, but her expression speaks volumes. Her look is sharp, as if she knows something bad is coming. She might be the one person who sees through Bertha's shine and recognizes the danger she poses. In another moment, we catch Marian walking quickly through a hallway, holding a letter. The camera cuts right before we see where she's going, leaving us to wonder, is it a love letter? A secret message? Is she running towards something or away from someone? One of the most surprising parts of the trailer is a quiet dinner scene. With Oscar Van Ryn, he's seated across from a woman, smiling politely, but the room feels tense. The background music drops almost to silence. That's a big hint. It tells us that the conversation happening there is more than small talk. Is someone confronting him? Or has he finally made a move that might cost him everything? It's possible Oscar is being forced into a marriage or an agreement that he doesn't want, just to protect his image. The Gilded Age is a time when appearances mean everything, but in this episode, pretending might not be enough. Also, pay attention to the servants in the background. In one quick shot, we see a maid standing at the top of the stairs, watching a conversation downstairs. She doesn't speak, but she sees something. That's important. The staff in this show are often the silent eyes and ears of every house. They carry messages, they hear secrets, and they remember everything. A secret overheard by a maid or a butler could end up destroying someone's reputation. Episode 8 may reveal one of these secrets finally coming to light. There's also a very fast scene in the trailer where a coach arrives at night. A cloaked figure steps out, and we don't see their face. This could be a new character entering the story or the return of someone we've almost forgotten. Could it be a suitor from Marian's past? A rival for Bertha? Or maybe someone connected to one of the old families trying to take their power back? The Gilded Age loves to play with surprise arrivals, and this one could shake things up right when things feel most stable. The music in the trailer rises toward the end, and we hear just one more voice say, "If you open that door, everything changes." It's a simple line, but it could mean a lot. Is it a warning, a threat, or an invitation to escape the rules of society? Whatever the case, it suggests that someone is about to take a bold step and they can't turn back once it's done. Every shot in this trailer seems carefully chosen. From the tight close-ups of worried faces to the wide shots of empty ballrooms, the show is using silence and space to tell us that change is coming. And in a world where appearances are everything, even a small change can cause a scandal that lasts forever. In episode 8, we may not see explosions or dramatic yelling. Instead, we'll likely get slow, careful reveals, people saying just enough to hint at something more, eyes giving away truths that lips won't speak, and that kind of quiet drama. That's what makes Gilded Age so powerful. Because when the masks slip, they don't fall gently, they crash. Asterisk in the Gilded Age. Nothing is ever permanent, especially power, love, and loyalty. Episode 8 is shaping up to be the episode where all the carefully built masks begin to slip and people start showing who they really are. This episode won't just move the story forward, it will twist it. Relationships will be tested, alliances will break, and people who once stood strong may find themselves completely alone. Let's take a closer look at the main players and how their choices might finally catch up with them. First, we have Bertha Russell, still the most ambitious woman in New York society. She has spent the entire season planning her rise, fighting her way into circles that have tried to shut her out again and again. But episode 8 might be the moment where Bertha realizes that power comes at a price. Her hunger to sit among the elite has already created enemies. We've seen her bend rules, twist arms, and throw fortunes at events just to win favor. But what happens when those efforts stop working? What happens when someone decides she's gone too far? Bertha may find herself in a situation where money and charm are no longer enough. And if she falls, it will be loud. Meanwhile, Marian Brook is facing a different kind of test, one that's happening inside her. Marian started the season as a woman caught between two worlds, the old values of her aunts and the modern ideas of love, freedom, and choice. But now, in episode 8, she might have to choose once and for all. Will she follow her heart and risk everything? Or will she sacrifice herself for the comfort and approval of others? The trailer shows her clutching a letter, moving quickly, maybe even in fear. Could it be that she's running away to marry someone against her family's wishes? Or has she discovered a lie that makes her question everything? Marian is growing braver, but also more vulnerable. Then there's Oscar Van Ryn, whose life has always been a performance. Oscar lives in a world where image is everything. He's charming, well-dressed, and always ready with a smile. But behind that smile is a man hiding a secret so dangerous it could ruin him. He's been trying to secure a marriage that would protect him socially while continuing to live a different life in the shadows. But that double life is beginning to crack. The tension in his scenes is getting sharper. In episode 8, he may be pushed to make a move he can't undo. Will he betray someone he cares about just to protect himself? Or will someone betray him first? Agnes Van Ryn, on the other hand, remains the pillar of tradition. Strong, silent, and commanding. But even Agnes is starting to feel the weight of change. The world around her is shifting. Women are finding their voices. Men are making reckless decisions, and the rules of society are bending more each day. Agnes may pretend to stand above it all, but she's watching everything. And in episode 8, she might finally step in to stop a scandal or maybe cause one, depending on how she reacts to Marian's choices or Oscar's secrets. Ada Brooke, the quieter sister, is perhaps the most unexpected figure to watch. Throughout the series, Ada has often stood in the background, loyal to Agnes but quietly carrying her own pain. But recently, she's begun to speak up more, to disagree with Agnes, and to support Marian in subtle ways. In episode 8, Ada may finally draw a line. She might be the only one who sees Marian for who she really is, and the only one brave enough to support her no matter what society thinks. Ada could be the quiet hero this episode needs. Don't overlook the servants either. These are the people who move through every room, who clean the letters off the desks, who overhear the whispered conversations in the halls. In many ways, they hold the keys to the true power. A single word from a maid could ruin a lady's reputation. A letter dropped in the wrong hands could break an engagement or start a scandal. And in episode 8, one of these silent characters may finally speak or act in a way that changes everything. Even supporting figures, like Mr. Rakes or Mrs. Astor, could play important roles in shifting alliances. Mrs. Astor, representing the old money elite, has been a symbol of power and rejection throughout Bertha's journey. But what if someone new challenges her? What if Bertha discovers a weakness in the old system and strikes at just the right time? In this episode, it's not just about what people say, it's about what they don't say, the looks held too long, the pauses between words, the letters not delivered, the secrets not yet revealed. Every character is holding something back. And episode 8 may be the moment where those hidden truths come rushing to the surface. When the balance of power shifts in a world like this, it doesn't happen with a loud crash. It starts with a whisper, a glance, a broken rule. And by the time the people in charge realize what's happening, it's already too late. In Gilded Age Season 3, Episode 8, that shift is coming. And the characters we thought were safe may find themselves in very dangerous positions, right now. The internet is buzzing with questions. Fans of the Gilded Age are picking apart every scene, every line, every costume from the trailer looking for answers. And while HBO hasn't revealed much, that hasn't stopped the most loyal viewers from building powerful theories about what Episode 8 might bring. Some of them are wild, some feel too close to the truth, and some might change everything if they come true. Let's begin with the most talked about theory, Marian's secret engagement. After Episode 7 showed her carrying a letter and sneaking away, fans are guessing she might be planning to marry someone without her family's blessing. Could it be Mr. Rakes again? Or someone new? Many believe she's acting out of love, not strategy, and that this decision might spark a full family meltdown. Some viewers even predict she will leave the house completely and disappear for a while, causing panic in the Van Ryn home. Others suggest the letter could be a warning, a message that reveals a betrayal Marian didn't expect. If so, her quiet strength may finally turn into action. Another strong theory is that Oscar Van Ryn's secret life is finally exposed. A few fans noticed how carefully the trailer framed Oscar's scenes. The tension, the silence, the way he avoids eye contact at all points to a confrontation. There's talk that a servant, a friend, or even Agnes might discover the truth he's been hiding. If this happens, it could bring public shame to the family, force Oscar into a fake engagement, or even push him out of society altogether. Viewers believe episode 8 could be the breaking point where Oscar either protects his image at a terrible cost or decides to finally live honestly, no matter the consequences. But perhaps the boldest fan theory is about Bertha Russell's downfall or her greatest victory yet. Some viewers believe she's about to destroy her biggest rival, possibly Mrs. Astor or another powerful woman. There's speculation that Bertha has been collecting information on the old money families, watching them closely, learning their weaknesses, and waiting for the perfect time to strike. One fan pointed out the shadowy meeting from the trailer might involve someone inside the elite circles betraying their own class for Bertha's favor. If this is true, episode 8 might not be about Bertha failing, but about her taking full control. Still, others believe Bertha will go too far, that her hunger for power will finally backfire. There's a small leak, not confirmed, that suggests one of her events ends in disaster, either a guest insulted, a rumor started, or even a social scandal made public during a speech. If this happens, her empire could crumble. A single mistake in this world can undo years of work. Some theories also touch on Ada Brooks' quiet storyline. Many fans are starting to believe Ada has her own past, maybe a lost love or secret deal that's about to be revealed. They think she's not just Inez's soft-spoken sister, but a woman with her own regrets. And in episode 8, she may finally speak her truth, standing up to Agnes, or even taking Marian's side in a way that shakes the house outside the main families. Another idea rising in fan forums is that a servant will take center stage. Whether it's a maid revealing a secret or a butler caught in the middle of a scandal, fans agree that the staff of these houses have seen too much and someone will act. One theory even suggests a love affair between a servant and a wealthy guest, which could lead to blackmail or ruin. Others guess that one servant has been quietly collecting letters or listening through doors, and is ready to trade that knowledge for safety or revenge. And then there's the mysterious figure stepping out of the carriage in the trailer, the cloak, the knight, the tension. Who are they? Some think it's a family member returning with bad news. Others believe it's a rival from Europe, perhaps someone with a title who could shake up marriages and business deals. There's even talk of a character connected to Mrs. Astor's past arriving to threaten her place at the top. If this new arrival has information that can damage someone's reputation, episode 8 might become the most explosive episode yet. Now, let's talk briefly about a small production leak that started circulating among fans. It's not confirmed, but some say the writers have built episode 8 to include a twist that connects season 3 back to season 1, a full circle moment. If true, we may see the return of a forgotten character or discover a hidden motive from someone we've trusted all along. What we can say for sure is this: episode 8 will not be quiet. It may begin slowly with letters, soft conversations, and glances across a room, but it will not stay calm. Gilded Age has always built its drama like a waltz, graceful on the outside, but full of movement and power underneath. And now, the music is reaching its highest note. By the end of this episode, someone will lose, someone will rise, and someone will no longer be able to hide behind elegance and wealth. Whether it's a ruined name, a broken engagement, or a powerful secret exposed, something big is coming. And no one in New York society will be safe from the fallout. As you wait for episode 8, ask yourself, who do you trust? And more importantly, who's been lying the whole time?